What Run Disney race weekend should you do? Stay tuned.
Every change has a reason, baby, let it come to you. Every soul, every season lives outside of status quo. If we stop believing we're meant to be, expanding our abilities. If the passion's gone, we are doing it wrong. Baby, you and I should start living now. With the whole world at our feet.
With all the options Run Disney has to offer, it can be hard to narrow it down to which race you should do. First, I would suggest look at the theming of each race. They have Walt Disney World Marathon Weekend, Princess Half Marathon Weekend, Star Wars Half Marathon Weekend, and Wine and Dine Half Marathon Weekend. So for theming, Walt Disney World Marathon Weekend is the most magical because you have the 5K, 10K, half, and full marathon. And the full, there's just something magical and a lot of energy to it. You got beginner athletes coming and professional athletes, and it all blends in, and it's a serious race, but you are running through Walt Disney World. You get to run through 4 magical theme parks and 26.2 miles with Mickey Mouse ears. Yes, please. So Princess Half Marathon Weekend is, you guessed it, princess themed. It is a majority of women running this race. So if you are a guy, this is a good way to meet some ladies, you know what I mean. This is a very crowded race weekend with a lot of beginners, but it holds dear to my heart because it was my first half marathon. Star Wars race weekend is the most relaxed race weekend there is at Walt Disney World. When I say relaxed, I mean laid back and just fun and chilled atmosphere. You got a good mix of women and men. And if you're not a Star Wars fan, it's just an overall nice atmosphere, something different than the other races. There are more guys than women. That's a plus for me. Plus all the music, race costumes, characters, that makes it a yes for me for this race. And lastly, we have Wine and Dine. Wine and Dine used to be my favorite because it was held at night, and it was the 5K on a Saturday morning and the half marathon in the evening. Why did they get rid of this? Probably because of all the construction they've recently done. So you used to run through Hollywood Studios with the Osborne Christmas lights. Oh my goodness, it was beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. The last time we ran through it was in 2015, and when they shortened the race because of a storm. And I just remember taking my time looking at the lights and just gasping it in because we knew that they were getting rid of the lights in that section in New York Street in 2016, early 2016 I believe. So we were just trying to take it all in, and I miss it for sure. Lumiere's 2-course challenge started in 2016, and that added a 10K to race weekend. So you had the 5K on Friday now, Saturday was the 10K, and Sunday was the half marathon, starting at ESPN, running to Animal Kingdom, backstage area, to Magic Kingdom area, but not in Magic Kingdom. And then you're on that highway back to Epcot. So it was different. It was in the morning. It was daylight. It was a heartbreak for everybody who loved the night race. So I think it declined in race attendance that year. But I wouldn't give up. It's still a great time of year to go. Plus, the major benefit of this race weekend is it is during the Food and Wine Festival. It held at Disney World through August through November, and now they extended it till November 23rd, I believe. The next thing to consider is the time of year that these races are held. So for Walt Disney World Marathon Weekend, it is held in January, and I've had all sorts of weather, as you can tell. It has been 80 degrees, it has been 23 degrees. You will never know, so good luck. If you are going to choose this race weekend, bring multiple layers. You never know, it could say on the forecast up to the day you're going one thing and then change. So just bring tons of layers, short sleeves, long sleeves, jacket, throwaway clothes, blah blah blah, hand warmers, you know. So you got it. And then you'll be good. Better be safe than sorry. A major benefit of going to this race weekend is they leave the Christmas decorations up and you get to run through Cinderella's castle lit up. How gorgeous is that? Princess Half Marathon weekend is in February, usually towards the end of February, and luckily last year it coincided with the Festival of Arts that they had going. It always used to end right before Princess, so I am crossing my fingers with me going to Princess this year that will happen again, that I can finally attend the Festival of Arts. Really want to go. Princess Half Marathon weekend is held usually in the end of February, and it is humid. Just warning you now. There's a rare case where they did have a frozen 5K in 2015 and it was freezing for that race. Of course, Elsa. So you never know, but it's more humid than marathon weekend. Star Wars race weekend is held in April, and it is either in the beginning, middle, or end depending on Easter and spring break. They tie that all in. It is hot. Just warning you now, it is a hot race weekend. But what do you expect? You're going there for the theming, I think. The key thing with this race weekend is hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. That is very important. Bring a water bottle. I love this 32 ounces from Container Store because you think 32 ounces would be heavy. This is not really heavy, and it locks right up here, so it doesn't leak at all, and you got a little strap, easy to carry around the parks and refill. With Star Wars, the major benefit is, drum roll please, bum bum bum, Flower and Garden Festival, which means violet lemonade. Yes, it's my favorite drink of all at Epcot, so the one time I can get this in Epcot, I'm all for it. A benefit of Wine and Dine is it is usually early November. That means if you arrive a little early on your trip, you can attend Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party, which usually runs a day or two after Halloween, but be sure to check the dates to make sure. You have Halloween decorations in the park, Halloween activities at the hotels, and around the property. Plus, a few days after that, usually on Saturdays of Wine and Dine weekend, the Christmas decorations start going up, and you have the Christmas tree in Magic Kingdom with all the Christmas music playing on Main Street. How can you not love that? It's truly magical. It is truly magical. Next thing to consider after looking at the theming of each race is what race distance should you do? Do you have to do all the races to enjoy the weekend? My answer is no. And don't let people tell you you have to enjoy the whole race weekend. You have to do all of them, because that's not true, and you'll get tired and worn out. Now, be my guest if you do want to do all those. Go ahead. I highly suggest doing all of them, but I'm not saying that makes the weekend any better or worse. Waking up to get a 3 a.m. bus for a race multiple days in a row, not the most fun thing. That means early bedtimes, and you want to do that more than once? Plus, races have gone up in price, and for a family to do all races together, that's going to be pricey. The 5K is a great introduction to Run Disney and usually starts around $85, $87. It's beautiful running around Epcot and the World Showcase in the morning when it is still dark out, and it is only the runners in the park with the cast members. There are no park guests taking up space, so it is absolutely fun to do that. You get to see the lights around World Showcase with the flames, you know what I mean, and the music going. It reminds me of just taking it in when I was a cast member, showing up early to work back in the day, and just, oh, I love Epcot with no guests. It is beautiful. So that alone is a major benefit. Plus, you can walk this whole race if you would like. It is not timed. That is a benefit. Just enjoy the atmosphere. Take it easy. Get character photos. There are a ton. And just have fun. Meet new people. It is a great race to do. Plus, you still get a medal. And they recently changed it a couple of years ago that it's not a rubber medal. It is a medal like the other races. And you get a food box at the end of the race. There's a 5K on every race weekend I have mentioned. So just consider it. Next step up is the 10K. The 10K usually starts around 1:27, and depending on the theming of the race weekend, for January and February for Walt Disney World Marathon and Princess Half Marathon weekend, the 10K starts at Epcot, goes out on the highway, and then back in Epcot and around Boardwalk area with Yacht Club and Beach Club, and it's a lot of fun. You come back in towards Epcot and backstage, and then you are in the home finish, and you get a medal and food, of course. For Star Wars and Wine and Dine, the 10K starts outside of Magic Kingdom, and it is on the highway all the way to Epcot. And Epcot is the only park you're going to be in. It used to be where the 10K took place with Hollywood Studios, which was a lot of fun. But with all the construction of Galaxy's Edge, that was changed this year. Crossing my fingers for a Galaxy's Edge run in the future. The benefit of the 10K is it is 6.2 miles, so it is longer. You can use the 10K as proof of time for future races. The time limit is 16 minutes per mile, and the balloon ladies will be on the 10K course. Not on the 5K, but the 10K half and full have balloon ladies, and they do exist. I've seen them, but they are very sweet ladies. So if you do see them, don't panic. Say hi to them, and then start getting your speed up. The half marathon. I think it's truly magical to have your first half marathon at Walt Disney World. The halves are usually around 185, 188, 205, it depends. It's always changing. Time limit is 3.5 hours with a 16-minute per pace from the last person starting the race with the balloon ladies. January and Princess are the same course. You start at Epcot on the highway to Magic Kingdom through Cinderella's Castle. Can't beat that. Back on the highway to Epcot. Next, you have Star Wars and Wine and Dine is the same course, starting at Magic Kingdom parking lot, backstage to Animal Kingdom, then on to Hollywood Studios, and finishing in Epcot. Last but not least, you have the full marathon. Cost ranges from $190 currently, 16-minute per pace. You start at Epcot to Magic Kingdom, then you go to Animal Kingdom, Wide World, ESPN Wide World of Sports, and then Hollywood Studios, and back to Epcot for a grand finale of 26.2 magical miles. Medal and food are at the end. Woohoo! There is nothing compared to all the magical volunteers and cheerleaders that help out with these races, the cheer squads, and especially the volunteers. We could not do these races without you, so big thank you to those who volunteer. Now, you might be wondering what races are offered at each race weekend. So, for January, you have the most options with the 5K, 10K, half marathon, full marathon, Goofy's Race and a Half Challenge, which is the half marathon and the full marathon the next day, and Dopey, 5K, 10K, half, and full all together back to back. As of this video, the prices are $87 for the 5K, $127 for the 10K, $188 for the half marathon, $385 for Goofy, and for Dopey a whopping $590. And this is all before 6.6 service fee. For Princess Half Marathon Race Weekend, it is $87 for the 5K, $127 for the 10K, $205 for the half marathon, and $350 for the Fairy Tale Challenge. For Wine and Dine, it is $85 for the 5K, $127 for the 10K, $205 for the half marathon, and $347 for the 2-course challenge. Tier pricing just started on Star Wars Race Weekend, and I'm assuming it'll be on all race weekends following that. The 5K starts at $85, the 10K is $127, the half starts at $185, and challenge starts at $330. July 16th through September 2nd is cheapest rate, so I'd suggest if you're even considering it, make sure to sign up before September 2nd. September 2nd through November 18th is the next rate, where it jumps from $185 for the half to $195, so $10. Not that much, but it is something. And from November 19th through April 16th, last chance to sign up, it will be $205 plus the 6.6 service fee they add on at the end. If you go to runDisney's website, runDisney.com, you can find on the tabs they have training, and Jeff Galloway puts an excellent training plan for all the races on there, and it depends on beginners and experienced runners, so you can choose the plan that is right for you. Take a look at Goofy's Race and a Half Challenge. I like to run on Tuesdays and Thursdays as a short run, and then try to do a longer run on Saturday or Sunday. I highly recommend looking at those to help out. And it's not overwhelming by any means. Another option for Run Disney races, if you can't make it to the parks, you can do the Run Disney Virtual Summer Series races, which consist of a 5K in June, July, and August. And if you do all three and you do the series, you get a bonus medal. They will mail you the medals in the mail with a little gift. Usually you get to print out your finisher's certificate as well. This year it is the Marvel themed. How cool is that? They also offer a virtual half marathon option for Star Wars, and if you do that and the Star Wars half marathon held at Walt Disney World, you get to do the Kessel Run Challenge and get the Millennium Falcon medal. It is pretty awesome. I did that in 2018 and the medal is gorgeous. There's also the Run Disney Race Weekend in Paris. It's held in mid-September, and it consists of 5K, 10K, half marathon, and the challenges. So there's always other options, and I keep crossing my fingers that Run Disney would bring Disneyland race weekends back. I hope to see you at a Run Disney race. Comment below if you are considering any, or have you done the virtual options and do you like those? So thanks for watching. Click subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. See you next time. Bye.